everyone. Today we're going to learn how to build our very own kite out of some plastic bags and other materials that you may have laying around the house. So hopefully everyone has a instruction sheet, looks like this, that's been printed off. But first things first, you're going to want to gather your materials. So you're going to want a pair of scissors. Okay, you're going to want some string, okay, or twine. This is just dollar store twine. You're going to want to get some glue. So I've got my hot glue gun ready to go. You could also technically use wood glue or even like white glue would work. You're also going to want some ribbon, okay, some tape, a marker, and you're going to want to gather some sticks. So for today, I'm going to use some simple barbecue skewers that I had laying around, but you could use sticks that you find on a walk or something else. So first things first, we're going to secure these two sticks together into a T shape, just like so. What you're going to want to do is make sure that your one stick is slightly shorter than the other. So these are the exact same. So I'm going to have to break off just a bit of this, like so, to make it just slightly smaller. Okay, and then you're going to want to secure it about a third of the way down, so it'll make a nice T like this. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to take some hot glue or any other glue that you have. I'm just going to get these out of the way, and we're just going to put a dab of glue on our stick, just like so. You don't need much, just enough to secure it, because what's going to happen is once I've done that, and hot glue likes to get those strings off, but once I've done that, I'm going to stick my other one on like so. Okay, let it rest kind of there. Hopefully it stays. And then you're going to take your twine or your string and start wrapping it around to make it a better connection, really. So I'm just going to cut off a length. I can always make it shorter, but you can't make it longer. So cut once. Okay, and basically what you're going to do, you're going to pick up your shape like so. I kind of glued mine to the table, but that's okay. Pick up your shape like so, and you're going to start to, and I'm just going to tilt the camera down so you can see. So I've got it here. You're going to start to wrap it around your object. Okay. So I'm going to tie a knot in mine just to get it started. And you may want to use some, I'm just realizing now, you may want to use some more flexible string, but basically slide that knot up and then start to wrap it around like so to secure it to your object. Okay, and you don't need much, but you do need enough to just kind of tie it all together. You may want to even put a dab of glue on it after, by the looks of things. Okay. I've gone around a couple times this way, and then if I flip, I can come around a couple of times this way. And it doesn't matter, you can put as much or as little as you want. Obviously, the more you put on, the heavier it's going to be. So you got to be aware of that. But I'm going to tie mine off now, because it seems like I've got a pretty good structure. The important thing to mention is that you need to keep it at a 90-degree angle here. Okay, so I'm going to cut mine like so. And then I'm just simply going to take that loose end and just tie a knot in it. So like this. Come on. There we go. All right. Perfect. And if you have excess, you can definitely cut off the excess amount. Make it look nice. I might put another drop of glue in here just to secure everything, but okay. Once you've got that shape, okay, this shape here, this is the important part, because this is going to be the foundation of your kite. So this is important to get right. And we're back. Okay, so I've got mine looking like this. Okay, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to lay it out on the table, just like so. Okay, and I'm going to take some twine, okay, and I'm going to connect the four corners. So I'm going to run twine from here to here to here to here, and then back down here. And I'll show you how that looks. So tilt back down so you can see. You don't even have to cut your twine first, okay, because you're going to want to make sure that you get all the way, but you are going to secure it to the bottom using a knot. So I'm just going to tie mine quickly here. Okay, tie it nice and tight. You may want to use a dot of glue actually on it, just so it doesn't slide. Actually, that's what I'm going to do right now. I'm just going to get my handy glue gun here. Kind of put a dot of glue on there. Okay, and I can even wrap it around a couple times just to make sure that it's not sliding anywhere. Always be careful when you're working with hot glue. You get it on your fingers like that, and you can burn yourself. So just be really careful. Okay, so once you've got that first part where it's staying, okay, you're going to want to go up to your next one, next corner. Keep it nice and tight. Okay, wrap around a couple times like so. Okay, might even fit this through so that it kind of makes that knot. Okay, go up to the top, wrap that a couple times like so. I'm going to feed through, just keeps it from sliding. Okay, go to my next one. Actually, I'm just going to wrap this one more time. Go to my next one. Come up and through. Okay, and then once you've done that, you're going to come back down to the base of it, and you should have, now mine's a little off keel, but that's okay. Just going to wrap this around a couple times. Again, probably use thinner type of twine. This is really thick twine, and it's become a little more difficult to work with, but we make it work. Okay, and I'm making a very small kite. Obviously, if you have bigger twigs, bigger the better. It makes it a little easier to work with. You could use sticks, but basically that is that. Okay, I'm going to put one more dab of glue on here. Just to hold it all together. Like so. Okay, important to make sure that that doesn't unwind, but you should be left with something that looks like this. Okay, you'll notice mine's kind of off center right now. You'll want to try to get that to as close to a 90 degree as you can. Okay, but you should be left with something that looks like this. Okay, so now that you've got this shape, what you're going to want to do is get a plastic bag, looks like this, okay, and you're going to want to cut the handles off of it. So start by just snipping the handles off. Just like so. You can save these because you can use them later as streamers to go on the bottom of your kite. I'm going to cut off my handles, okay, so that you're left with just the bag. All right, and then after that, you're going to want to make it a flat sheet. So you're going to cut down the sides of your bag. All right, as best as you can. Obviously, you want a bag that doesn't have holes in it. The holes are going to make it really tough to fly your kite. So if you have a bag with a bunch of holes in it, maybe try to find a better one. But basically, once I've cut this off, perfect. I'm going to actually use the one side because it, like mine, it does have holes in it. And I don't need too big of a plastic bag because I'm making a very small kite. So, all right. Once I've cut through my plastic bag, okay, should have a sheet that looks like this. Okay, and I'm going to tilt the camera down so everybody can see that. You want it as flat as possible. Okay, so hopefully the glare is not too bad. But now that I've got my sheet out, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to place my kite frame in the middle of it. Okay, and then basically I'm just going to make some marks around the outside of it. Okay, I'm just going to trace a shape. You're going to want to go about an inch or so from the side of it. Hopefully that everybody can see that. But an inch from the outside of your kite, trace around that shape, and then eventually you're going to cut this out. Okay, so I'm just going to freehand it. If you have a ruler, obviously that would be better. Okay. But again, doesn't have to be precise. Okay, so once I've done that, I've traced my shape. I'm going to cut out my plastic bag shape. Plastic can be tough to work with, so make sure you've got a decent pair of scissors. Okay, you can see my scissors aren't that sharp. It's not cutting great. So this could take some time. Why don't we pause? I'll cut this shape and I'll come right back. Okay, we're back and I have a somewhat diamond shaped piece of plastic. So once I've got that, I'm going to place, okay, let's see if this will work better so you can see. Okay, I'm going to place this in the center, okay, and I'm just going to simply wrap, and this is where your tape's going to come in. So I'm going to wrap my frame in plastic, and then I'm just going to tape it to it. Tape works a lot better on the plastic just because glue will melt it, especially if you're working with hot glue, obviously. So try to use some tape, just tape it to the frame, wrap your frame in the plastic bag the best you can. So we'll tape this together and I'll show you what it looks like after. Okay, so I've wrapped my kite in the plastic bag, looks like this. Okay, obviously you're going to want to keep this as straight as possible. Obviously if yours is bigger as well, it's going to make it a lot easier. But you're also going to want to poke out those sticks out the end of the plastic bag, just really carefully, because what's going to happen is when you fly your kite, you're going to want something to attach it to. So the way we're going to do that is we're going to run a string, okay, from the top of the kite, okay, we're going to tie it around the top, and we're going to make it kind of loose and tie it around the bottom, and then we're going to do the same from this side to this side. Okay, so I'll show you what that looks like in just a second. Okay, so we've now attached our strings to each side of the kite. Okay, we've got our top, okay, bottom, side to side. Okay, so you should have this X in the middle. This is what we're going to use to actually fly our kite. So once we have it up, and again, I'm making a model. This is not real size. You're going to want to make yours bigger. Okay, but yes, once you've got that, you're going to tie a string to this, a long string, because this will be your kite string. Okay, and then once you've done that, you're pretty well done. I'll show you just at the end what that looks like. Okay, we've got a kite. I've attached my string. Again, it's a model, okay, and it's not a great one, but it is what it is. Okay, well, I've attached my string to that centerpiece. This will be what holds the kite while it flies. Okay, you can attach some ribbons to the bottom if you'd like. Remember, we cut the handles off, so I could actually put some ribbon on the bottom if I'd like. And then you can go out and fly it. Okay, good luck. Hopefully yours is a little better than mine. Okay, but hopefully you have fun making a kite. Take care, guys.